You all really enjoyed the first 15 minutes of useless information, so I thought, why not make another one? And yes, all of this information is truly useless, I promise. If you do enjoy this video, let me know by dropping a like on the video. And we have a Discord server now, so if you want to join all of these wonderful people and hang out with me and everyone else, click the link in the description. It would make me very happy. I spent ages trying to figure it all out, so thank you. Alrighty then, I think we should just get into all this useless information then, shall we? Despite Maru having glasses in her avatar picture, she doesn't actually wear any glasses. Despite needing two fish, the bream and the sunfish, the baked fish dish only serves one fish. So where does the other fish go? The glow of a furnace can be seen on your face if you stand close enough to it. Mr. Key's dialogue alters when you receive the note to reach level 100 in the Skull Caverns, depending on if you have used staircases or not. If you make it down without using any, then he'll give you a nice compliment. But if you did use them, he'll know and take a dig at you for how much stone you would have had to mine. When going to the barbecue at the Valley Fair where Gus is preparing food, Evelyn comments that she wishes that he would provide vegetarian options. However, the survival burgers that are being served are made out of vegetarian options: bread, a cave carrot, and eggplant. If you leave your horse on Ginger Island overnight and you travel back to the valley, he'll somehow make it back to you by the next morning. Magic. Did you know that you can get a ring called the Lucky Ring if you go panning with Poxio? Cows poke their tongue out when they're happy. You can fill your watering can up from the water feature in Caroline's sunroom. Ginger Island is a part of a larger region of islands called the Fern Islands. Gus can somehow fit a whole ass mini fridge in your mailbox if you complete his omelette quest. These things that swim around in lava and shoot fireballs are called lava lurks. Seasonal plants, despite many arguments between experts, change every season. In Lewis's drawers beside his room, there's a cheeky letter from Marnie asking him to sneak through the back window. Besides Leia's house, if you look very closely, the grass pattern here kinda looks like a face. Or maybe I've just been playing this game for far too long. There's this one guy who comes to the movie theater every Monday. He stands in the corner, so can you guess his name? That's right, it's Corner Guy. No villager will wake up even if you continually whack them over the head with a club. When you try to work out in the spa area, it says you're too weak to lift it.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never...
The Wizard's Tower can be seen with a large golden telescope coming out of the roof, but inside there doesn't seem to be any access to said telescope. Outside of the farm, there are 77 choppable trees in the valley, which include the 11 trees in the desert, 12 trees in the backwoods and around the mountain lake, and 54 trees in the Cindersnap forest by Marnie's ranch. Fishing in the bathhouse water feature can get you an ornate necklace and a painting called Vista. Bonus useful fact, the ornate necklace is from secret note number 25, and handing it back to Abigail gives you 100 friendship points with her. On the map, if you hover over this rock, you'll see it's called Lonely Stone. If you click on said rock, it'll play a sound and close the map. If you've played Stardew Valley before, you'll know that Clint has a crush on Emily. Going into his room, there's a note in the corner of the room which reads, "Dear Emily, I know you only think of me as a friend. It's my fault. I'm too shy. I'll never have the courage to tell you the truth. That's why I'm writing this letter to myself that I'll certainly crumple up and toss in the corner." Despite this, however, if you do choose to marry Emily, he'll show up anyway, which is kinda just really sad. In Sam's room, the instruments are playable, and if you try really hard, you yourself can create a masterpiece. Because there are no schools in Pelican Town, Penny tutors both Jazz and Vincent. But what's even cuter is in Vincent's home there's a note on top of a dresser which you can interact with. It's a report card that Penny has made for him. Aww. Although Jazz doesn't have one around, we can assume she gets one too. If you're in the same room as someone else and you look through a trash can, they'll tell you not to, understandably. In George and Evelyn's room, there's a note from a woman who is most likely Evelyn's daughter, Clara, who passed away and had the two look after Alex for her. In the saloon arcade, you can buy yourself a Joja Cola from the vending machine for 75 gold. George will sometimes ask for quartz on the help wanted board for his back, even though he hates quartz as a gift. Prevaloxinen is a medicine Harvey has advertised in his clinic to help clients stay focused. However, side effects may include insomnia, severe anger, uncontrollable swelling of the throat, permanent discoloration of the lips, hair loss, stroke, and 1 in 500 test subjects experience complete disintegration of one or more bones. You know what, I think I'll pass on that one actually. I mentioned this in my last video where I played through a season of Stardew Valley, but each day I added a new mod. But why do we sit like this every time we have to face the back?
Look at this dude.
In the Pirate's Cove, there is one pirate who just wanted to be a part of the palm tree business, but as he puts it, there's no money in palms. When you travel to the desert via bus, you enter from the right as if you are coming from the valley, as you see here on the map. But whenever you leave to go back to the valley, you leave to the left, even though the way back to the valley is behind you. This island here is called Arrowhead Island, because it takes the same shape as the head of an arrow. The entrance to the normal mines can be seen from the quarry mine and vice versa. But the amount of space between both mine entrances from the outside makes that seem very implausible. I'm no expert on water flow, but shouldn't it be flowing down towards the sea and not back up into the mine? Birdie's house looks like a head who is very surprised. I did try very hard, but unfortunately you cannot trap lava lurks under lava if you cover their lava pond. As a lot of you pointed out in the comments in my first useless information video, you can also put hats on sea urchins when they're in a fish tank. I just randomly stumbled across this, but there's a stone Junimo behind the community center who is holding a star. During Harvey's 8 Heart event, he mentions that his coordinates are 52 north, 43.5 east, which in the real world would put Stardew Valley in the southwest of Russia, between Ukraine and Kazakhstan. Within the quarry, there are exactly 443 tiles that you can till and plant seeds on, and yes, that is an exact number because I sat there and counted them all myself. When interacting with the pig at the front of the travelling cart, it'll make a noise. The decoration here in the middle of the town changes every season. There's a letter in Jodie's bedside table that actually lets you know that Kent will be arriving home soon, and it speaks about Kent not being the same man he once was. In the bottom left corner of the map, you can fish off this cliff and still catch river fish, although they will be lower in quality, but hey, it's a nice change of scenery. Leia's house is shaped like an L since her name starts with L. I actually don't think that's true, but it makes sense and I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. Hi there, editing Poxiel here. I just realized that this L is backwards and would like to retract my statement about it being an L. Okay, thanks, bye. Within the world of Stardew Valley, there is an actual place called Prairie Island, which means the journey of the Prairie King could be based on true events that took place on the island. Also, Prairie Island apparently has an abundance of raccoons. Depending on whether or not you have the Dwarvish translation guide, this gravestone will either read as gibberish or a lovely poem. It might be a stretch, but the way these two pirates are coloured with their clothing makes it very hard not to assume they're brothers of some sort. Leo doesn't actually have a bed, he just sleeps on what looks like a pile of grass. Even if the mysterious Mr. Key quest isn't active, a prompt will still come up when you hover your mouse over the pile of logs, so if you know, you know. Even if you have multiple fireplaces throughout your house, you'll still only have one chimney on the exterior. There's a back entrance / exit out of Robin's place through Maru's room that leads out to her telescope. Over in the desert, if you interact with the camel, it makes a noise. If you wear Maya Lewis's shorts in front of Marnie, she'll laugh at you. But if you wear them in front of Lewis, he'll jump in shock. Villagers actually won't mind if you try to blow them up with bombs. There's a secret fishing spot here in the desert, but it's probably easier to fish in the pond, but hey, this is useless information, after all. On a Friday night, most of the townsfolk visit the saloon for a get-together after a tough week of, standing behind counters, I guess? If you pass out while bathing in the spa, you magically float during the last frame, so I guess it doesn't look like anything bad happened, even though it really should have. If you have a speed boost applied, say from a triple shot espresso, when you jump on your horse, that speed boost will still apply. Meaning you can go Vizumis on your horse. No matter how many times you run out of health, even within the clinic, Harvey will still have to perform an emergency surgery on you every time. He just never catches on. Junimo Kart. The only thing useless about this is me whenever I play it. Ah, damn it. Oh, come on. Oh, I really suck at this. Oh, are you serious? Okay, I'm done. There are 8 trash cans that you can scavenge in. The fountain is one of the few places that you cannot fill your watering can up at. The Ferngul Republic, the country in which Stardew Valley is located, is at war with the Gotoro Empire. Now the Gotoro Empire is located south of the GMC, so from here on the pier we can assume that it's straight down this way. Not a lot is known about this war, but there's a couple of references scattered throughout the game, such as a book within the museum titled Is a War with the Gotoro Empire Necessary? A Unique Perspective by P.W. Kranzhauer. Talking to Sam before Kent returns to the valley has the dialogue that says, "My dad is a soldier fighting against the Gotoro Empire. That's why he's not here, but he'll come back someday." In Harvey's bedroom, there's a poster which compares the fighter planes of both the Ferngul Republic and the Gotoro Empire. But hey, I'm just a simple farmer, so what can you do? George, despite being in a wheelchair, will make footstep noises when he moves. Sprinklers won't work inside the farmhouse or inside sheds. As hard as I tried here, you can't reach the water with your fishing line from the sewer pipe. Even with the master perk on my rod, which adds a fishing level making my total fishing level 11, I still can't reach it. Your horse can travel through a gap 1 tile wide while going sideways, but can't fit through a 1 tile wide gap going up or down, which makes no sense. The special purple slime is the monster with the most HP, with a solid 1230 HP. And finally, if you want a tedious way to get wood and stone, then you can fish in the fountain to receive a single piece every time, and maybe if you're lucky, you'll get a decorative trash can while you're there too. And that is all the useless information I have. I hope none of it was too useful, as some of you kindly pointed out in the last video, which I am sorry for. I worked very hard to make sure these were all stupidly useless. If you did like the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more Stardew Valley shenanigans. And if you do want to join the Discord, then please do so. Come and hang out. It's a lot of fun. And since we hit 10,000 likes on the 200 days video, I will continue on to 300 days, so I'm going to start working on that straight away. You're all wonderful people and have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.